Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Hannah and on my channel I post anti-MLM content. I also have a clothing reselling business on the Poshmark app. So there's lots of Poshmark and reselling tips and tricks videos mixed in there as well. For today's top fails video, I have a Monat training call that we're going to be reacting to. This is a video kind of similar to MLM Top Fails 25. It's part of the same training series called Tips from the Top. And the topic of this training is how to recruit your next rock star. And here is something that I have never done before and I never thought that I would do. But for this video, I am not going to be blurring their faces. 99% of the time, I will still blur the person's face, even if everyone knows who they are, even if they're at the top of the company, because ultimately I believe that people in an MLM are victims of the business model, and I value protecting those people's privacy. But with that being said, the two people featured in this training call are two people. They're married. They are at the very top of Monat, the highest rank you can possibly achieve. One of the people is Jimena Duque. She is a Colombian actress. She has over 4 million followers on Instagram, along with her husband, Jay Adkins, who is a motivational speaker, and he has over 400,000 followers on Instagram. Both are public figures. Both have their Instagram accounts verified, and it is of my opinion that these people used their fame, used their social status to capitalize upon the multi-level marketing business model in which the primary way that you make money and the primary way you make it to the top is by recruiting people, which they both openly admit to several times on this training call. For those reasons, I'm not going to be concealing their identity because it is my opinion that these people are not victims of the scheme. These people are orchestrating the scheme, and they appear to know full well what they're doing, and it comes off as if joining an MLM company was a strategic business decision that they decided to enter into after they had already built up a huge following as a result of being successful in other industries. In other words, it feels to me that they knew that they could leverage their followings to make it to the top of this compensation plan without much effort. Yet, they have the audacity to host a training call about how you aren't working hard enough if you don't put yourself out there and recruit new people constantly. Of course, those are all of my personal opinions and personal speculations and personal interpretations of their demeanor, but regardless, I'm not obligated to blur their faces because they are public figures. Usually I still do, but for this case, I'm making a special exception, so here we go. I should also mention that the editing for this video is going to be a little bit different because it is a Zoom call and because there are two people in the frame. I can't really do like a half and half split screen because they both won't fit, so I'm going to be putting them more like up in the top corner. I hope that's okay.
Thank you so much, and thank you everybody who's watching via Zoom or Facebook for your patience. For those of you who haven't met, my name is I'm the Regional Sales Director for the Southeast region. I'm joined here tonight with Jay and Jimena Adkins, SED power couple. Super excited for their training. But before we get into the training, I just want to say happy Tuesday, happy end of the month. Oh my God! And it would be month end if I lose my technology here. But I want you to type in the comments where you're from. And also, we want to be proud out loud. What's an August goal that you just crushed? What's something you absolutely conquered in the month of August? And for those of you who are still working until 11:59, there is still time. Tell us what's an August goal you are going to crush before 11:59 tonight. All right, super excited. Vegas qualified. One more MP, awesome. A lot of good things happening out there. You know, that's one of the things I always say, be proud out loud. You know, everybody wants to support you. They want to recognize you. They want to hold you accountable, all of that good stuff. So let us know what's happening, what's going on. And as I said, we still have time. 11:59 is not here.
I know we haven't even gotten into the content of the training yet, but I wanted to point out, notice how she said it's the end of the month. You have until 11:59 tonight to hit your goals. And this really does emphasize that multi-level marketing is a rat race and your slate is wiped clean at the start of every month. So that's why end of month is such a big deal, because everyone's trying to maintain their rank or go for a higher rank. And there's certain requirements that you have to meet in order to hit those ranks. So you have until 11:59 on the last day of the month to qualify for those ranks. But then at the stroke of midnight, you start all over again. Okay, forget what you did last month. It doesn't matter. We're looking forward. It's a new month, new goals. And this exhausting cycle never ends. The last day of the month is my favorite day of the month because I can chill on the couch, I can enjoy my evening, I can go to bed early, and I can sleep peacefully knowing that I don't care that it's the last day of the month because I'm not in an MLM where things like that matter. Also, sorry for the weird lighting situation. It happens all the time. The later in the day I go, the more the sun comes in the window. If the blinds are open, I get blinded by the sun, and if the blinds are closed, you get things like this on the wall.
That chat is on fire.
Look, a lot of people going to Vegas. You know, we may have to book some more rooms, book a new hotel or something. That's exciting. All right, let's see. Tonight is our final night of tips from the top. I really hope you've enjoyed the trainings, and I will tell you, we have gotten some really, really great feedback. Lots of positive feedback from the trainings and the Meet My Nates. We had 2 Meet My Nates with our executive team, 2 global Meet My Nates. So it was really good to have the executives pour into the potentials, so they really see the heart of the company. You know, what's the history of the company, and what are we here for? What do we stand for? Just want to remind you that all new market partners who enrolled between August 16th and today will be invited to an exclusive training series called Success Starts Here. Your new market partners will be mentored by some of Monat's top income earners beginning September 1st through September 5th. So I'm really, really excited. Know that that's going to be just as awesome as this nightly training tips from the top.
I've always thought that it was weird that they use exclusive trainings as an incentive. You know, join right now and you get this training, or make it to this rank and get these trainings. And it gives the company like this sense of exclusivity that's very odd. And it gives the impression that there are secrets to be learned from the all-knowing uplines. And they behold the information you need to be successful. And on one hand, they promote how this is an even playing field and anybody can be successful, anybody can make it to the top. But also only a select group of you earn these trainings and earn the knowledge you need to be successful. And that in itself is a scam, because the people at the top of the pyramid are only at the top of the pyramid because they recruited the most people and they have the biggest team. So like, what secrets do they have to share anyway? Could you imagine if there was a brutally honest training call? It's just a top leader, they sign on real quick and they go, "Hello everyone. The secret is to just recruit as many people as possible. That's it. Have a great night." 30 seconds, in and out of there, super efficient and pretty truthful. But if they did that, people would be quitting left and right because they realize that an endless chain of recruitment isn't possible, and therefore this business opportunity is a scam. But we can't have that. Hence the reason that training calls like this one exist. It's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo motivational platitudes from the top recruiters in the company to frame this opportunity as something more sustainable than it actually is.
And speaking of Monat top earners, like I said, we're having Jay and Jimena with us here tonight, who would talk about how to recruit your next rock star, how to recruit your next runner, your next superstar. So take it away, Jay and Jimena.
Woohoo! Super excited. Are you excited, babe?
I'm really excited. I mean, there's all of the excitement about all of the past trainings is got a little pressure on us tonight. To make sure
Yes.
Wrap this in a bow real nice. So.
Yeah, let's go for it, right? Well, hello everyone. We are very humble, first of all, and honored to be included with this great group of leaders, sharing what works in our business. We have learned so much from the other leaders the last couple of weeks, and I just want to say thank you for your leadership. You guys rocked it. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is recruiting, right? And I don't know about you guys, but I think this is great. It's a great subject to close the series with. Don't you think, baby?
I do think. I mean, being that recruiting is the lifeblood of our business, and it's so important to continue to do it. Have a system of how to talk to people.
Recruiting is the lifeblood of our business. Tell me something I don't know.
And it's so important to continue to do it. Have a system of how to talk to people, but not only have a system how to talk to people, how many people you should be talking to on a daily, weekly, and a monthly basis. It's just so important. It's actually what you should be spending 60% of your time on, because it's what's going to grow your business and maintain your business and keep it alive, so that if people fall out, you're always planting and farming your business to grow more people.
I love that, farming. We were talking about this today, and I love that a lot.
Farming people? Farming people. Cultivating and growing people to replenish your chain of endless recruitment when people inevitably quit. I mean, none of this is surprising to me whatsoever. We know how it's done. We know that recruitment is valued the most. It's just somewhat shocking to see it come out of their mouths in such blatant terms. They just talk about it so matter-of-factly, like, yeah, you need to farm people because recruitment is the lifeblood of your business, and if you don't do it, you fail. Something about that terminology just really bothers me.
So basically, no matter what, if you are in the top of the compensation plan, you still need to recruit, because the people that takes you to the top of the compensation plan may not ultimately, sorry, my English, I have an accent. Sorry. They may not be the people that take you to the MDC club. People come and go, and you cannot allow your dreams to be in the hands of people that may not have the same aspirations as you. We absolutely need our team in order to be successful. And that is the one thing I love the most about our compensation plan. We can never stop recruiting, because if we do, our business will get hurt.
I mean, do I need to say anything? Like, do you need my commentary? Because they're saying it all. Coming from the mouths of the top earners in the company, you have to recruit to be successful. Bottom line. End of story. Put people below you and make money off of them. Which, by the way, is not sustainable. As MLM expert Robert Fitzpatrick pointed out, if you have 5 friends who recruit 5 friends who recruit 5 friends, it's like 13 or 14 cycles before you completely exceed the population of the planet, including children and the elderly. Okay, I've said this several times on my channel. So she's saying that you have to continually be recruiting new people all the time, but mathematically, this is impossible. So what does that tell you about Monat? It tells you that Monat is a scam and a pyramid scheme.
If you're watching this training and you haven't maybe re-ranked for the last 6 months, remember, it's no one's fault. Sorry to say this, but it's the truth. It's no one's fault but your own. Ask yourself, did I recruit enough?
Yeah, it's not Monat's fault that the compensation plan is structured around a mathematically impossible concept. It's your fault for not working hard enough. Disgusting, disgusting.
So how can I recruit more? Well, first of all, we tend to try to convince people to join our business. And the first thing we need to know is that we don't have to convince people of this wonderful gift we are offering them to be part of. If I convince Maria, why are you looking at me like that? If I convince Maria to do this business, I also need to convince her to do the work that this business will require to be successful. That's not a scalable business. So let's change that paradigm. And instead of looking for people to convince, let's look for people that want to change their lives. Those are 2 different things, okay?
Easy for her to say, isn't it? What do you think that she had to do to recruit her downline? Maybe make 1 post on Instagram or something and people just flock to her because she's a celebrity and people will do anything to get closer to her and to be on her team and work with her? I mean, where is the self-awareness? It's very tone deaf for her to be saying, you don't need to convince people, just let them come to you. If I was in the bottom ranks of Monat and I was really struggling with my business and I was watching this, I would be fuming.
So I think you should ask yourself a couple of questions right now. How many people do you know right now that are struggling financially? How many people do you know right now that are working 8-10 hours a day for a minimum salary? How many people do you know that are going to college that will graduate and earn $3,000 to $4,000? That's the people you need to talk to. That's our focus. Find people that need an amazing opportunity. Sometimes we will get super excited because we sign up our cousin, our friend that doesn't like to work, that maybe is a little lazy, don't like to study or read, and we expect her to be our next superstar or them. Him. That's not going to happen, guys. We need to find people that are looking for an opportunity, people that are looking to make more money, people that have dreams, that have goals, people that their dreams are so big that they will move mountains to achieve it. That person in Target, for example, have you asked her if she's happy working there? The only way to find out is to start a conversation and ask some questions instead of going for the jugular and throw Monat out there right away.
The jugular.
Jugular. Yeah, if you didn't get it. I mean, it's kind of like obvious, although you don't get any obvious of my words.
Is her best advice really to hunt down the workers at Target and ask them, do you like your job? Or to find a broke college kid who needs some money, or to find someone who's struggling financially? I mean, that is a predatory recruitment tactic if I've ever heard one. And again, it's not like we don't know these things already, it's just so shocking to just hear them say it flat out. Find someone who's struggling and see if you can recruit them to make money off of that situation.
We recruit different because we ask some questions to build some rapport. And we want you guys to keep in mind that you could use these questions with a stranger or someone you know, or even a family member. So, babe, why don't you take them through how we get them into a conversation, or even how we follow up to people that we already talked to before?
So this is going to really take you guys being open-minded. Really, really, really important. Because the way that you are recruiting now and the way that we're going to teach you to recruit tonight, you're going to have to open up the way that you think about this business. So the way that we recruit is by building rapport and getting to know people. My grandfather told me a long time ago that how you get people to like and trust you is to leave people with themselves. And how you leave people with themselves is you have to ask a lot of questions to get to know these people. Now, when you're going to do a presentation into this business, if you know a little bit about them, you can tweak that presentation. There's a book called The 4 Colors of Network Marketing. And you can get to know someone by asking the right questions up front. So the questions that we ask, we're going to leave people with themselves, but I'm not going to go for that jugular. Now, different people have different strategies, but I know that I'm turned off when someone's shoving something in my face right away. Also, 9 times out of 10, that person that you're talking to, it might not be the best time to get into a conversation. So what she was talking about earlier, farming and hunting. My grandfather was a farmer, but he also hunted meat. And he always told me that farming is the most critical thing in life and in sales. And that is planting seeds constantly and watering those seeds. Now, what we always do in this business is we're always from a place of disparity. I need an MP. I need an MMP to rank up. I need an MMB to rank up. So we're always kind of desperate when we're talking to people, and that comes across. And what I want to do for you tonight is how you recruit that rock star. It's not a one conversation close. You have to plant seeds with a lot of people. And that's going to be your bingo task tonight. We're going to give you a takeaway so that you can go talk to people and start farming in this business, because farming will always feed you. You always are going to have stuff in the cabinets. My grandparents canned their vegetables. They said, we're never going to starve. And your business is always going to grow if you're farming. And so when you enter into a conversation, this conversation is either with a stranger in Target. It could be a friend. It could be someone that you went to high school with, someone on social media. But the conversation is always going to be the same. And how you leave people with themselves, if they're working, you know what they're doing. But is it their full-time or part-time job? You're going to ask them. If it's a friend, like I had a 30-year reunion this year for high school. I haven't talked to some people in 20 years. So when I enter into that conversation, I'm going to ask them what they do. And then they're going to tell me. And then I'm going to say, you know what, tell me. And again, what I want you to keep in mind through these questions, and write these questions down as we go, is I want you to keep in mind it's not an interview. I'm building rapport and I'm having a conversation. So I'm going to ask Nicole, tell me one thing you love about what you do. Now, I did this today with another market partner, a very successful SED today. We went through this and I was having this conversation with them. And the first thing that he said is, I don't like anything about what I do, when he was role playing with me. Now, he wasn't talking about Monat. It was his old job. He doesn't like anything about what he does. Well, The next question I'm going to ask is, and write this down, if there's one thing you would change about what you're doing right now, if you could change something about your job, what would it be? So they're going to give me information, right? I'm going to use this information in the conversation because my point is not to close them as a market partner. My point is to get them to an opportunity call that they have 15 to 30 minutes uninterrupted instead of me trying to do it at the cash register or I called them and they got kids in the background screaming.
I don't know about you, but all of this feels so icky. If a stranger approached me and was like, tell me what you love about your job, I would be like, who are you? What do you want? Go away. They keep saying don't go for the jugular and to build rapport, but I feel like what he's suggesting is also really off-putting and really manipulative, and I feel like most people could like sniff that out right away. Building rapport means that you're building like a mutual trusting relationship with somebody. That's something that takes time and ideally a genuine intention behind it. But grilling somebody about what they do for work and how they like it and how they could make it better, it's just weird, okay? Especially for somebody you don't even know. If that was me, if I was on the receiving end of those questions, alarm bells would be going immediately, and I would be able to figure out that there's some kind of ulterior motive going on here. You don't even know me. Why would you be asking me all these really deep questions right off the bat if there wasn't something in it for you?
So the next question I'm going to ask them, and I know this is going to be a shocking question to a lot of you, but my wife is always shocked by the questions that I ask. The next question I'm going to ask is, so you've been working there for 15 years. What does somebody working there for 15 years, what do they pay you? And when they tell me, I know it's going to be a lie because everyone is going to heighten the amount of money that they get paid, right? So they're going to tell me how much they get paid. So my next question, the reason I ask that question is I always ask this question of everyone, and ask this question yourself when you go out there. And that question is, if I gave you a magic wand and you could decide how much money you made every single month that would make you feel like you're living the life of your dreams, what would that number be? And what I will tell you is nobody will ever tell you that number right away. They have to think about it. And the life of your dreams is driving the car you want, living in the house you want, traveling when you want, spending the time with your family when you want, going on whatever vacation you want, whatever life of your dreams means to you, I help them with that number.
I am getting like major creeps right now. Now we're asking strangers how much money they make. Haven't we decided that that's like a societal boundary? It's not fully socially acceptable to ask someone how much they make. I feel like his advice is not good. If I had a strange dude approach me and ask me about how I like my job or what I hate about my job and how much that job pays me, I would be doing everything I could to remove myself from that situation and make him go away. Because it's nobody's business, and he's only making it his business because he sees an opportunity in me. But in the end, it's not an opportunity that he is offering me. It's an opportunity he is trying to create for himself by identifying my financial vulnerabilities.
Most people will say 10,000, 5,000, 15,000. So the reason I asked him this question is, now I'm going to give you guys the question you're going to ask because my wife is my upline. She's my CEO. So when I'm recruiting, I use my wife as an example. What I tell people on my team is that my wife is your business partner. So everyone out there watching tonight, we're all business partners. Every single one of us. I met with Joey and Kyle Kimbrough today. They're my business partners. We've shared all kinds of ideas today about the business. They're business partners. What you can say is this. Guess how much my business partner, the person that I'm in business with, is making in this business. Just like take a wild guess. And a lot of times they'll guess 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. Now I never give an amount. I just say, just think about one of the most successful people that you know, what they make. She makes that in a month. What they make in a year, she makes that in a month. Ain't that crazy? You know what the craziest thing is? Is she has a system that she can teach you. And if you do exactly what she teaches you to do, you can do the same exact thing. You know why I'm a partner with her in this business? Because I'm learning everything I need to do in this business to be successful. That's an awesome thing.
I'm not kidding you guys. I'm not just saying this to be funny. I am very creeped out by him. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it's like the excessive narcissism or something, but I don't have a good feeling about this, whatever it is. But aside from all that, what he's saying about his wife, his business partner, having a system that she can teach you, that's a complete fallacy. Success in multi-level marketing is not duplicable. Even like the average person who was able to rise in the ranks of Monat and make it to the top, even that person doesn't have anything special to say to the people at the bottom that can be replicated. Their system and their process cannot be duplicated because it's all about timing. When he's talking to a potential recruit, is he telling them that that business partner that has all the secrets, is he also including that she's an award-winning Colombian actress with millions and millions of followers? Because when the way to earn the most money is to recruit people as they have both confirmed, how can you say that she has the system that needs to be duplicated so that you can get to the top? Become a Colombian actress? Is that the secret? Because everything else that you're claiming to be the secret system is BS. Get in early, have a huge following, recruit that following. That's it. That's the secret.
Now, it might not be the business for you, but I think it would be worth the opportunity to sit down with her and have a conversation and see if it's a fit. And if it's not, it's great. But it could be something that changes your life forever. Now, we're either going to get your Instagram, we're going to get your phone number, but I'm not trying to close you in that conversation. Now, what I want you to notice is I did not mention Monat. I did not mention hair care, skin care, health and wellness. I mentioned none of that. What most people do is within the first 2 minutes, they go into a conversation about what they sell. And they go into a conversation about the opportunity. And what I want you to do is to have a conversation of the possibility of what your business partner is doing and why you're doing it.
And that is exactly correct. We're not going to lead with the name of the products. We're not going to lead with the name of the company, which by the way is Monat, not Monet. You would think that if you were at the top of the company, you would know such a thing, but we don't care about the name. We don't care about the products. That's not what it's about. It's about pitching the possibility and the opportunity. He literally said it.
And then I'm going to set the time to actually have an opportunity call. Or if you're new in the business, set a time for your upline to help you with the opportunity call so you have a higher close rate. Because that's what farming is getting people to the opportunity call. Most people want to have a conversation, are disappointed when they don't close the person out. And what I don't want you to do is have that conversation where someone's like, no, because this is the deal. I've been around a long time. I've been recruited by plenty of network marketing companies. I see a salesman coming a million miles away. People don't want to be sold.
So what do we do, sorry to interrupt, when we're in the mall and people, they're in the kiosks trying to sell you things? We run away.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, no, thank you.
You don't even know what it is. And you're not interested, right? When you go into a furniture store, no, I'm just looking around. You go to a car lot, I'm just looking around. It's the same thing with our business. You're going to get into that conversation a lot easier and be able to present the opportunity. And I also like to do a takeaway. Now, the last thing, and I'm gonna let my wife finish up, is follow up. Now, what I want to tell you is when you recruit a market partner, the first 90 days that market partner is in the business is the worst. They're the worst at talking about this business. They don't understand it that well. They're talking to everyone, they're messing it up. Everyone they talk to, most people are saying no. Follow up, like Jay and Tony talked about last night, is really, really important. But I do follow up different. When I follow up the same way I entered the conversation. I'm going to call you and I'm going to leave you with yourself. I'm not going to call you and talk about Monat and hair care and skin care and are you ready to join? I'm going to call and ask about your family. I'm going to call and ask about the job. I'm going to talk about the things we talked about your job before. And then guess what? You're going to ask me, well, how's that thing you told me about when we talked last time? Oh my God, girl. Best decision I ever made in my entire life. I could not be more excited about the decision that I made and where my life is going and how many lives I'm impacting. I mean, I can't believe I made such a great decision in my life. And then that's going to get them into the conversation, right? I'm not trying to call you right now and close you. I'm trying to get you excited. Now, it might take 7 to 10 contacts to do that. I'm in the insurance business. I'm currently selling them. I have a 10% close rate. I have to call 7 to 10 times to close a customer in the insurance space. And guess what? In the insurance business, It's a law to have it. If you have a car, by law, you have to have insurance.
This kind of strategy is the most manipulative. It's the long game tactic that MLM reps are being encouraged to use these days. It's more manipulative, it's more conniving, and it's more harmful in the long run. It's the building rapport and the questioning and the pretending to be interested in what the potential recruit is saying. It's the phony interactions that always have an ulterior motive. Cold messaging strangers, pitching them the opportunity out of nowhere, that's become a thing of the past to an extent. Because people are catching on, right? The hey hun stereotype is way more prevalent now than it used to be. But just as he said, if you lead with the name of the company and if you lead with a pitch, it's very easy for people to be like, no thank you, not interested, and just let them disappear. So now what they're training on is emotional manipulation. Make the potential recruit think that you care about them, pretend to be their friend, and learn as much information as you can about them so that you can prime them to be pitched later down the road. And this can have devastating effects on people who are genuinely looking for a connection, for a friendship. Now, this comes up in MLM Horror Stories number 7, and somebody wrote in a story about how her little sister was devastated because a Monat hun pretended to be her friend for a long period of time until the truth came out one day that it was all to prime her for a sales pitch. And as the person who wrote in that story said, it's not a victimless act, and it is more damaging than the previous cold messaging strategy.
But let me tell you something cool about Monet I want you guys to think about. Everything I do in a day is on my calendar. Every single thing I do. Take vitamins, meditate, all the things I do. You know what's not on my calendar every single day? Take a shower. I take 2 of them every single day. And that's the great thing about this product when you talk to your customers is the consumable product that people don't think about because they're going to wash their hair. They're going to put lotion on their face every single day. That's the beautiful thing about this business. And that's what you need to share with people. So recruiting, so important. And like Jay and Tony talked about last night, follow up. There's so many people that are going to say no with the 90% of people saying, yeah, I'm not interested. But you got to follow up with them over and over and over again. Recruiting is what's going to grow your business. You see, if you've paid attention to the numbers, how many people that my wife and I bring into business every single month. We don't stop. It's a constant and never ending thing that is so important to the livelihood of this business.
He clearly does not realize how incriminating his words are for Monat. Of course, we all know it's true, but you're not supposed to say it, man. This makes you look like a pyramid scheme. Shh. And again, he said, quote, it's a constant and never-ending thing that is so important to the livelihood of this business. Except for it mathematically cannot be a constant and never-ending thing, which only insinuates further that Monat is a scam, and the scam will run dry at some point.
Yeah, I just think it's all about inspiring people to show them what's possible with this business, right? And I just think the art of helping others is more important than the art of convincing people. We are in the people business, right? This business take a winner mentality. So from the beginning of every conversation, look for that winners, for those winners. There is a lot of people that want to win. They just don't know exactly how to. You are their ticket. Recruiting is not something we feel like doing every day. I know, because of the rejection we receive. And I will say what I would say to all of you is don't be selfish and keep this opportunity a secret. You never know whose life you will change next. Don't make that decision for people. Thank goodness for our upline. She didn't assume I wouldn't do this business. I would not be living the life of my dreams if she wasn't bold enough to ask. Recruiting is simple. Just start a conversation and plant as many seeds as possible. I promise you, you will have a big business and a big harvest if you do this. Let's go live the life of our dream, but most importantly, let's go change people's life.
Good job, baby.
Next time, can I do it in Spanish, please?
You did awesome.
Oh, she really thought she did something there. And it's fascinating to watch because he has an approach of being very factual, very matter of fact. Here's how you manipulate people. Here's exactly what you say. And she's all like hopes and dreams and manifestation and believing and mindset. And each of those approaches are dangerous in their own ways.
That was wonderful. So what's our IPA challenge?
So our IPA challenge is, so what we tell our team members is that you need to talk to at least 7 people a day and meet people on purpose. So that could be through your social media, your contacts, going out and shopping for some Louboutin shoes, or shopping for your Cadillac, or shopping for a Louis Vuitton bag that maybe you can't afford right this second, but you can always window shop, and that person that's working there, they're going to make a lot more in this business than they will in other business. So go out and just start and ask those questions to 7 people every day for 5 days. If you do that, that's 35 people in a week. That's 140 people in a month. If you just start a conversation, that conversation takes 3 to 4 minutes to have, and just plant those seeds.
Excuse me, what? Did I hear this right? Did he really suggest that you pretend to be wealthy enough to afford Louboutin, go into that store, pretend to be shopping around, pretend to be making enough money to actually afford it, and then to try and convince the Louboutin salespeople to join Monat so that they can afford Louboutin like you? Even though you can't? Did I hear this right? Because I'm honestly not sure if I did. He just threw that in there so nonchalantly. Like, what kind of advice is that? Lie to the salespeople? Pose as if you can afford that type of brand as a way to recruit the salespeople to come and work for Monat? Is this a joke? Am I being punked?
And then follow up with those people. Put them on a calendar. But 7 people for 5 days, just do that. And I mean, I know you should do it by tomorrow to get the bingo, but just talk to 7 people tomorrow. But really, if you talk to 7 people every single day,
Everything.
I mean, think about it. I mean, that's a lot of people every single month. And you're going to get better and better and better and better about asking those questions and creating a conversation and starting that rapport. So thank you guys so much for getting on here and spending your Tuesday night with us, and listening to us. We're so humbled and honored that the company asked us to do this, and we love helping people as much as we possibly can in this business, because it's just our calling to help people live a better life.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's not your calling to help people live a better life. It's your calling to exploit people's vulnerabilities for your own financial gain, but okay, we can go with your version if you want. And with that, that's pretty much the end of the clip. They do have a few more minutes left on it, but it's all just, like the wrapping up, and they do some kind of prize award thing. But wow. This might be my favorite thing that I've ever reacted to. It's amazing what the people at the top will say when they feel like they're behind the closed doors of a Monat only training call, right? I highly doubt that these people would go out into public and actually tell everybody, oh yeah, this is really just about recruiting. We don't really care about the products. Here's how you manipulate people. Here's how you play with their emotions. It's just unbelievable to see the behind the scenes of it all, and to really see how those wheels are turning in their heads, and what they think is the best strategy, and what they are teaching other people in their company to go out there into the world and do. I am beyond thankful to the person who sent this to me. You know who you are. And this series, this tips from the top training series, is pure gold. And that segues perfectly into my comment shout out for this video. This is a comment I got on MLM Top Fails 25. It was also a training call from this series. And in that training call, they were teaching about how you should be sending voice notes, and how you should be getting them on a phone call, getting them on a Zoom call. And to that, Jess says, hey, I just met you and this is crazy, but here's a voicemail. Join Monat, baby. I'm not gonna sing it and make a fool out of myself, but that got me. That had me dying. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in my next one real soon.